When I first qualified and got my PIN number, it was absolutely terrifying. I just felt completely incompetent, like at any moment I was going to make my fatal mistake and was going to kill a patient, which is a hard burden to carry. And I also felt a real disconnect between my faith and my career. I felt that when I went into the hospital, I had to sort of hide my Christian faith. I couldn't be my whole self. I had to just chop off the spiritual side of me before going in. Shortly into my newly qualified year, a doctor in my hospital decided to set up a prayer group for Christians who work in the hospital. And there were consultants, real senior colleagues, senior doctors, and they were praying to my God, my Jesus. They were, bringing to God every aspect of their clinical work. And that for me was a real turning point. There is a verse that says that God is close to the brokenhearted and he's near to those who are crushed in spirit. And if there's any place where people are brokenhearted and crushed in spirit, it's a hospital. So God is near. He's not just there, he's really near. He's really there. He's really present. I needed to hear other Christians praying to wake me up and make me realise my thinking had all been wrong. I was very involved in my church and I was a youth worker, and I'd often have to miss youth group to do a shift or miss a Sunday service to do a shift. And in those moments I felt so frustrated that being a nurse was getting in the way of me worshipping God. And what I came to realise is that work is part of my worship to God. It's not an interruption to it, it's an opportunity for it. And, I can come into work and worship God through looking after my patients. And that was a key realisation. At a hospital prayer meeting, a medical student gave out some flyers for a course called the Saline Solution on sharing your faith in the workplace as a healthcare professional. So I went along, and that really, as a qualified nurse, was my first involvement with CMF. And that was a real eye-opener for me. That really unfroze me. It excited me that I could be used in the spiritual journey of my patients, that I could be God's instrument. CMF has enabled me to get training, it's enabled me to develop gifts like my writing gift, which I'd forgotten about since primary school, but now I'm writing for our Spotlight magazine. And it's enabled me to hone my teaching gift, so now I'm teaching others that Saline course that was so revolutionary for me. Now I'm the Nurses and Midwives Catalyst on the West Midlands Catalyst team. So my role really is to make sure that nurses and midwives in the West Midlands region know about CMF and that they feel welcome and that it's relevant to them, that it's addressing their needs, that it's helpful for them. When you meet Christians who love Jesus and work in healthcare, they understand both these huge dimensions of your life, professionally and spiritually. There's something so special about that. It makes me feel supported, encouraged, inspired, and ready to go out and do what we do, but for the glory of God.